All right, guys, let's talk tariffs. Let's talk about the global market, trade, the economy, all that. First of all, I'm Matt Heart of Magnetic Service, and yes, I am and forever and will always be in love with humanity. It means we love everybody, don't necessarily like everybody. Trust you, me, not everyone likes or loves us. So here's the deal, and it's something that's popped in my head. It's been in my head for years, a long time, and that's why I was living on the self-sustaining type farm as I was some years back, and trying to get involved with stuff like that, because it is about buying local. And I try to do that too. Of course, look at the world. It's tricky. So, I'm seeing some stuff with Trump and the threatened tariffs on Colombia when they wouldn't let a plane land with people that they had brought back from the States. I've already made my point on immigration, so I don't need to go there. Here's the deal, though. And I had to do some reading on tariffs. I was already relatively aware, but not an expert, not an economist. And it just talks about how, yes, you can put these tariffs, but then that country's not paying them. It's their exporters paying them. And then the pros and cons of that, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, here's why that doesn't matter. And if Trump's going to do tariffs and this and that and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then it doesn't matter, because we should be trying to think local anyways. In this globalized market, a majority of us who aren't just in the dregs and in the shit day to day have been relatively spoiled. The fact that you could just get up out your house, take your hot shower, go down to your local seafood place and just eat some crab and have some avocado toast, and you're not anywhere near any of that. Have a little side of fruit, some pineapple and banana. Yeah, these are all great things. Yes. Who doesn't love any of that? Okay? But it's a luxury. And it's a luxury that we've had for a long time, that's had a lot of long-term costs in other ways. You don't need almond milk. You don't need Colombian coffee. You don't you don't need avocados. Yes. Would we like them? Of course. But these are goods that shouldn't be so cheap. To have things outside of what your climate can grow is just, it's a luxury, and trade routes, and you had the Silk Road and all that. Like, this is, yes, trade's always been a big thing. It's a big deal, and it's come with a cost. But it has environmental damaging issues, and there's just a lot of foobar with it, where people will just be like, we're gonna take all this. I remember reading about like the giant pig farms years ago, where it was just, people are talking about, like the methane release or what have you, that it would just be like nauseating in some of these places where they're just like, it's all pigs. Like, that shit has to stop. There shouldn't be, the environment isn't necessarily set up everywhere to just have one thing growing and going and fuck everything else. It shouldn't be like that. It should go back to being like, okay, we need to produce our own local stuff. What works real well with the environment? Let's not do monoculture. It's not good. We don't need all this other crap. It's nice to have these other things, but we ultimately don't need them. We're just spoiled, and we're used to having them our entire lives. And that's not been the case for the majority of human civilization. Luxury. So I don't care what anyone says about the tariffs, good or bad, their opinions of who and what and this and that. I don't care. Overall, it should make us look and say, okay, well, some of these businesses, some of these goods need to get cut down in size. they need to just change. They need to get smaller. They need to be more focused on what's we can grow locally, what's sustainable, and not worry about, I don't care if this country has this tariff, this, because we're getting it all local, and we're making things local, and we're providing it local. It's cheaper, and it's keeping our economy good. And then that economy's doing it, that community, and that's, I think, how it should be. I think that's where we're getting pushed towards. That's why the local sister farming and things like that was always a big thing for me. And I still have like ideas and plans and things I would like to like help other people with that are already doing much bigger things than me. I ain't doing shit. Look, blabbing on the internet, right? But that should be the goal. So we shouldn't look at some of this stuff like, oh, I can't get that. And people are like, well, yeah, your stuff's going to be more expensive. Good. I guess you shouldn't have it, or you pay for it. It's actually a good thing. Think about it. Mag out.